Okay, we are live. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I couldn't even remember what day of the week it is. Is it Wednesday or Thursday, Kim?
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Okay, I hope my Instagram live is working. I'm not sure because of it's not showing me anything on my screen, but hopefully we're live everywhere we think we are as we start to try on new software. As people can see, my lives have looked different this last week. So welcome, Kim, to Marketing Mastery. You're one of our sponsors in Nancy's world, and I so appreciate everything you do for my clients. Tell everybody who you are and what you do right at the beginning, and then we'll get into our topic.
Okay, well, I am Kim Vanderpool, and we run Fresh Impact, which is a social media management company. We either do it for you, or most recently, we have really shifted into the arena of we're teaching people how to do social media to market their business themselves.
Okay, and they can find you at?
FreshImpactSocialMedia.com.
Okay, it's also in our description. Okay, so let's dive into this. It's 2024. How do we craft a blueprint for social media success? I feel like things are changing all the time and it's hard to keep up.
It is. But the good news is that we can walk in more of our own strength and power going into 2024 instead of having to follow all these rules that we always think we have to follow. That 2024, the prediction is people want to see authenticity and they want to connect with a genuine person. So that is really good news, especially for our designers. But the key is that we really know before we craft a blueprint, before we set goals, before we do anything, we really have to have an understanding of what do we want to gain from being on social media. Yes. And it's interesting because when I interview a new client that's coming on, or we talk in the Get It Done Club, people, their number one thing is they want leads. But that should be like the number 10th thing that really should be on their goal for marketing. Like that should be not as high, because if you're using social media just to gain leads, at this point, if you're starting brand new, you're probably going to be disappointed. You're going to put a lot of energy and effort into it just to gain leads. Now, what should you be doing social media for? It's great for that brand awareness and increasing your visibility. Then that builds that community and that connection. And out of that is where we develop those leads.
Okay, so someone who's brand new starting out, build your audience, right?
Correct. Yep. And so that's where social media is beautiful, because whether you do it yourself or you hire a team to do it for you, building that brand is key for that visibility. And then if you say, well, I only have 100 followers on Instagram, I want to get to 2,000 followers in 2024. Well, that next step then is that engagement piece. And that's where you as an individual can really make a difference. You're going to make a really big impact is if you spend 10 minutes a day engaging with your audience, you'll be able to get that growth. But that's a different tactic and marketing strategy. Where I see most designers, I would say 90% of the ones I work with, their main goal at first is that increasing that visibility and brand awareness. Like they just need to be seen. So if we're at a coffee shop and I say, oh, you should meet Nancy, she is the best interior designer, what's my friend going to do? They're going to go check out your Instagram account.
Yes.
They may never leave a comment. They may never engage with you. They may not even follow you, but they're going to go check you out. And so having a solid professional Instagram account is key.
Yeah, because really what you hear is if someone is being hired from social media as the first time they've seen you, me included, it's like, I've been following you for a year or 2 or 3 before they even called me or got on my calendar. It's the same with interior designers. They may not comment, you may not recognize their name, but they've been watching you and getting to know you and getting to know your brand, right?
Correct. And so that's what we need to keep forefront in mind when we're crafting our blueprint. So understanding what do we want to do to increase visibility and brand awareness, and where does it make sense for you to be? So what I'm seeing behind the scenes is people are getting a lot of burnout. They're burned out on doing social media. I post to Facebook, I post to Instagram, I post to Pinterest. I'm not getting any results. Well, let's craft a strategy that makes it so that you can get your stuff out there, but then you can still go do your other job. Like marketing is very important, but the other day someone told me it took them 4 hours to craft one post.
Wow. Well, I also find when people are crafting posts or doing their interaction on social media, they go down a rabbit hole in their own thoughts. Like, this is your 10 minutes to be doing your business of marketing, which is making a post and responding and being you. 10 minutes. Don't then go off for an hour on other things, scrolling for recipes,
Correct, correct,
right?
correct. And
Right.
in most instances, people want authentic images. Now, interior design is a little bit different because you do have to craft or make sure that the images that you're presenting reflect your work. And so if you have an image that is heavily pixelated, it's not going to showcase you as in the most positive light. So using the best images that you have, and if you don't have images, maybe you can find images on Canva or stock images that are licensed to be shared. You don't want to just Google them and find an image because you could get in trouble with that. But find
Yes.
images that represent your brand. We have one client we've worked with probably for 4 years. I'm not kidding. She's got 6 images, project photos. That's all I've ever gotten from her. But we've been able to represent her brand by finding stock images that use the same type of design that she would be using. So she does biophilic, so we have more plants, more earth-friendly tones. We've been able to do that. So people, it's not exactly what she created, but it's a good representation of what she created.
Absolutely. And there's other ways too. You can go to a high quality renderer like Duke Renders and get a rendering and then use that one room, multiple shots, different angles, vignettes, etc. Right. And those are photo quality renders. So there are ways
Correct.
around the,
There is.
right.
Or
I don't
creating
have,
mood, right, creating mood boards, but you want to make sure that either you look at your Instagram or have someone that you trust that maybe isn't in the industry look at your Instagram and see what do they feel when they see your feed. Do they, ask them for some of those keywords. Are what you're representing really who you are? And I have to do this myself, is that I kind of get in my own little hole and I think I'm saying this and someone's like, do you know that you've never once taught me why I should join the Get It Done Club? Like, you talk about it, you don't share what you actually do in the club.
oh,
Oh,
that's
ding dong, like, and so that's the same with designers, is that we want to showcase what you do. And there's lots of ways to do it, even if you don't have all those project photos. But knowing that you're trying to build that brand awareness and increase your visibility will help decrease your frustration when you're not getting the likes or the follows or anything. It's still important to consistently show up. I recommend 3 times a week at minimum, just because the more times you're showing up, the more you're being seen. And
yes.
the good news is in the 2024 trends, when you're listening to the experts, Instagram is on the rise. And so for our designers that are on Instagram, it's a great way to continue to show up. I recommend doing one platform really, really well, looking at those numbers and making sure that you feel really comfortable. And then once you get that, so say let's do Instagram, you get Instagram well, then look at the other platforms like LinkedIn or Pinterest. But don't divide. It's kind of like if you're doing a diet, you can't eat keto, paleo, vegetarian all at the same time. You
Right.
got to fix it, to focus on the one. Facebook is kind of a given. It's kind of like your yellow pages. So you're probably, for most designers, unless you're heavily involved in your local area, you're not going to get a lot of engagement on your Facebook page. But Instagram makes it so easy to share your stuff to Facebook.
Yes.
It's silly not to just share it there because it's at least brand awareness and thinking of that yellow page effect.
Yeah, it shows that you're still in business and you're active. And if you can consistently post on social media, people read that also as you're an efficient company that keeps up on your tasks, that you're not falling behind. You haven't posted in a year or 2 or 6 months, right? It says something about your business.
Yeah, because people think you're out of business. And so 2 key data points to remember is that 34% of consumers say too much self-promotion is a major turnoff. And so when you're writing your captions and stuff, think about your audience and how it relates to them. And what do they want? How can you write your captions so that they can feel like if you have a beautiful living room by a fireplace, we just had a winter storm, that would be a perfect thing. Like, today would be a perfect day to snuggle up on this couch. This is what we did type thing. And that way I could feel that. And it's not so much look at what I did. It's like, this is, so we subtly know they designed that. And, but you're making me feel like it. And the other data point is that 56% of consumers think that brands should be more relatable on social media.
Interesting. Okay. Relatable means what to each person?
Right. And so that's going to make it a little bit different for each person. So we're in the midst of winter and I love flowers. And so I've been following all these people that grow flowers and stuff. It's very relatable. I just look at the images and it makes me feel good. Now, somebody else may need a designer to feel more engagement. So more like asking, doing this or that, or what do you prefer, and asking more question type thing. So it depends on your audience. So really looking at that analytics and letting your analytics drive what kind of post. So test out the different posts. If you post just an image or a reel or a carousel, and then look at those numbers, not right away, but look after a month and just say, okay, well, I posted an image of the living room and I asked them if they could see themselves sitting here, who would they like to sit with next to the couch or something. That one did really well. Okay, so next month, let me try 2 of those type of posts and see if that will still engage with my audience, and use your numbers to see which do best.
Yeah, marketing is not an exact science, everybody. It is really like a recipe that you have to find what works for you, and what your audience wants. So everything Kim says is just right on. It's let's try it, look at the analytics, and adjust your plan going forward for your social media accordingly, and continue to look and modify as needed.
Right. And I think the key is to make sure that you have a plan. So many people will come up and they'll go, I got to post today. I don't even know what to post. Okay, well, we need to take a step back. Then is your profile, first of all, we want to make sure that everything's optimized and you're representing your brand well. And then we want to make sure that you have a content strategy, because that is going to take away so much stress if you have a content plan. Not someone will think, well, I'm not that structured. I don't want to have a plan. I want to just post whenever. Well, I can tell you what's going to happen if I'm going to post whenever. It's probably not going to get done because I'm going to get busy. And so having a consistent schedule, then you can post. If you're on a project and then you have this great behind the scenes, post it. You can either put it on your feed or put it in stories. That's a great way to showcase.
It could be an extra post. It doesn't have to be the primary post, but make sure you have your primary posts on a schedule with a plan, and any additional posts are great.
Right. And, one of the questions we get in the Get It Done Club a lot is, how do I even plan? Like, what kind of post would I post? And so part of the strategy is creating pillars can kind of help you guide. So if you are a kitchen and bath designer, having a pillar that's kitchen designs, a pillar that's bath designs, and then maybe you do virtual consults, having those columns and then making sure that guides you. And another thing that really helps is creating themes based off the day. So you could do, I wrote one for every day of the week. One could be Mood Board Monday. That would be a good one. Trendy Thursday, Transformation Tuesday. I like to do Website Wednesday for all of our clients, and that is more of a call to action to get people to visit your website. So whether it's your portfolio or to look at what services you offer, designing something so that we can drive that traffic so that they can see your website, because we put so much energy and effort to our websites. We want people to go there.
Yeah.
Another one would be, if you post on the weekend, showcase Saturday, and you could showcase either your work, you could showcase a vendor's work, or you could showcase another designer that you admire's work. Yes. And then Simply Sunday would be a good one, just to show a little bit about who you are as a designer. Do you spend time with your kids? Do you like to go to the garden? Do you like to go hiking? Do you like to go out for wine? So those are just kind of like overall themes that could help you guide. So one week you do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The next week you do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Did you have a Friday one? Did I miss the Friday one?
Oh, I didn't put the Friday one. A lot of times I'll do Fun Friday, and that's where we'll do
something fun.
An engagement question, or sometimes people will do Flashback Fridays where we'll do an old post, or you could do something like a kitchen from the 50s, or something. So you can have a lot of fun the Friday one. So
I mean,
Fridays,
even
people.
Furniture Friday, right? You're highlighting a piece of furniture that you can't wait to place in somebody's home, something you love, like
Right.
it could be anything. Okay.
Yes.
I love
Yep.
it.
Yep. So those are kind of some guidelines, but having a strategy and knowing what to post will decrease your stress a lot. And then understanding that the post, I can't remember on Instagram. I mean, they maybe live like a day or so. Like when you spend 4 hours on a post, you're not getting a return on investment of time.
Definitely. Right. Definitely not.
So figuring out how to do it, whether you take classes, watch YouTube videos, anything to how to shorten up that time that it's taking you to create those posts. Learn taking a class on AI and how you can use that to assist you in coming up with captions that you can tweak to make it so that it sounds more like you. Like, there's so many tips and tricks, and I think that's where the Get It Done Club has been helpful for the clients.
That's what I was just going to say. Or join the Get It Done Club, because for the amount of time you spend creating posts and being confused and being scared to post and not knowing what to post, where to get things, is it okay? That's what Kim is there for. That's what she's
right.
Well,
an example, the other day we had someone come on and they sell water softeners for campers. And she wanted to highlight a national park for each week of the month, or each week of the year. So that's 50 national parks. So she created her Canva graphics. And she goes, how can I get these scheduled out? And so because she spent 2 minutes with me, I showed her it took 5 minutes. We had all the posts scheduled for the next year.
It's amazing.
Because of the software. So that saved her, told her her boss owed me a whole day's of work of her wage, because we just saved her so much time. But those, whether it's Get It Done Club, watch YouTube videos, watch your your marketing stuff that you do, that there's always so many tips. And if you can just glean those tips to help save that time, then you're going to enjoy your marketing much more.
Yeah, because a tip you learn now to save you time, money, and mistakes is going to last a lifetime of your business, right? It's not just helping you through the moment. You're just not, they're learning how to do this. And the software you give with the Get It Done Club, that will allow them to post on all their social media. So it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Right. And people are on social media. So it's a no-brainer that you need to have your business on social media.
I know people get annoyed. They don't want to be on social media. We hear a lot about how bad social media is for our kids and et cetera, and probably for us too. Well, we know it is for us, but it's your business and you are in charge of making sure your business thrives and is seen and gets traffic to your calendar. And if you're in charge of that and you're not taking advantage of social media, then you're making a mistake, period.
Right. There's just so many opportunities. Besides the brand awareness, it's the connections and the collaborations you can do. It's the engagement, the community building. It's really cost-effective marketing if you do it yourself and you learn how to do it. So
yes.
Yeah.
And Get It Done Club teaches you how to do it yourself. So, all right, Kim, tell everyone how to get information on the Get It Done Club.
If they go to the website, there's a little link up there that will help them. They can message us. And I did have an offer that I was going to tell anybody that watched their thing if they wanted to. One thing to do is that in order to know, you need to be optimized. Your brands, you need to look brand consistent and professional all across the board. So we do what's the audit and action plan, where we will audit yours and come up with a basic action or strategy plan for you. And normally we charge $297 for that. But if you message me from watching this video, we will take $100 off of that through the end of January, because our goal is we want people to be optimized, because we want your brand to show the best it can. And then we can help you come up with a simple marketing plan to at least get started.
All right. The best place for them to message you.
If they leave a comment here, or if they go to our Facebook page, Fresh Impact Social Media, I think is what it is, or through Instagram, or leave a go to the website and leave a comment, just so that they watch the video, and then I'll give them the paperwork that they need to fill out so we can do the next step.
That's awesome. All right. We're streaming on so many different places that I wanted to give them one place to definitely connect with you. So,
and I think definitely, if they're for sure, definitely I would contact us through our website and just leave a contact. There's a contact message form and just message me through the website.
Okay, so everyone go to freshimpactsocialmedia.com, mention this live with me today, and Kim will give you $100 off a social media audit. Did I say that right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Is there an expiration date for these? These videos live a long time on my YouTube channel.
Yes, let's put the expiration date in the end of January 31st, 2024.
Thank you. I was just going to add the year. Okay, everyone. I hope you take advantage of that amazing offer if you haven't had an audit already, because that is invaluable to help you take action for yourself or give you some exposure to Kim and the Get It Done Club and what they can do for you. I think it's amazing. So, all right. So go to Kim's website and get it done. That's the way I feel like.
Thank you. And yep, and I encourage you to take some time and think about exactly what do you want, how do you want social media to work for your business in 2024. Don't just keep doing what you've always done. What do you want it to do for you? And then how do you make that strategy work for you?
Exactly. All right, everyone, go have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Kim.
You bet. Thank you.